This is the book of Ecclesiasticus 14, verse 5, and it says, "He that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good? He shall not take pleasure in his good. There is none worse than he that envied himself, and this is a recompense of his wickedness." Before we go any further, I'd like to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Rakakadash, double honor to teachers, sellers, and the apostle of Great Millstone, also to you brothers that are putting up this truth, faithfully, fearlessly feeding the sheep, and new brothers that are tuning in, Shalom. And as we know, there's a devil, Esau, the so-called white man, okay, his trick bag has been burst open right now, okay, because all across this country, these higher level courts, okay, of reversing the decision that was put in place last year, okay, when they had the lockdowns and the mandates that everybody has to be juiced up in order to work. And now these courts are telling these companies like, hey, right now, that's unconstitutional. You have to turn around and you have to hire these workers back, but then you also have to give them back pay, which we know right now they're doing this at a time when there's a lot of whispers about the total collapse of this economy, okay, including the stock markets, okay. And then we also have in another 2 months or so, Joe Biden is coming out with this digital currency. So this is kind of like, the great confusion here in Babylon, America, okay. And we see now that these Edomites, okay, these so-called white people, the low-level ones, okay, as there's been whispering about this Civil War too, this is now going to really stir the pot up for that. And this is beautiful because now we are seeing the prophecies that we've been prophesying coming to pass, okay, roughly paraphrasing here, Egyptian versus Egyptians, and this is going to mount, okay, because this man is absolutely wicked. Now, as you can see here, these people, they believe that, there's still a retirement, okay? So you have Jake, okay, who's right now in this celebratory state of mind. They're smoking their weed, okay, they're sagging their pants, they're twerking, they're going on these TikTok videos, they're going to the club, they're spending all the little bit of money that they have, okay, where they're working 80 hours a week for to go to the games and go to the Vegas gambling tables, okay, because why, they probably have a Eve that's on the system that Esau is providing for her, which they have no clue that this is going to come to an end real soon, okay. And on the Edomite on the other side, okay, and these other nations, okay, in the meantime, they're counting their money, okay, because they're looking at something called generational wealth, in which they are going to pass this money down. Let's go into the book of Isaiah 19, verse 14, because these other nations, and including Jakes, don't consider this, okay. And it says, "The Lord Yahweh Shemashai had mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt," which is spiritually this place is called, okay, Great Babylon, America, okay, "to err in every work thereof as a drunken man staggered in his woman. Neither shall there be any work for Egypt." Let me read this again. "Neither shall there be any work for Egypt, neither shall there be any work for America." Okay, companies are laying people off like crazy. So this now Supreme Court is coming out and saying that now companies need to hire these people back. In fact, if you understand business, okay, one of the biggest reason why companies cut people, okay, and the CEO would sign off on that is because he or she has to answer to a board of directors who are saying, okay, and the shareholders, okay, the stockholders, and say, okay, why is our portfolio getting smaller here? So you have to cut costs, and that cost usually is going to be what? Cutting the income of people, the livelihood of people, okay? And that's a temporary healing or temporary strategy that these CEOs use, because there's no other way. Customers aren't buying your stuff because they don't want it or they don't need it, okay? And it says, "Neither shall there be any work in Egypt which the head or tail, branch or rush may do. In that day shall Egypt," okay, Great Babylon, America, "be like unto women, and they should be afraid and fear because of the shaking of the hand of the Lord of hosts, Yahweh Shemashai, which he shake it over." So there's a great judgment that's going to be coming over this place. There's no longer going to be a division, okay, of your well-off, so-called white people, your well-off so-called Asian people, your well-off so-called Middle Eastern people or African people that are over here. Okay, in the meantime, the so-called Negroes, us so-called African Americans are living in squalor, and the so-called Latinos, okay, and Native American are living in absolute squalor, and everybody's fine with that. But right now, we're going to be moving to a level playing field. Let's go into the book of Psalms 49 and verse 11, because here's the reason why these people counting their pennies, why they have this worry and this fear, okay, about losing their money, because these people really actually don't research, or they don't even know, okay, they're not being led by wise men, okay, they look at "in God we trust" on the back of their currency, okay, they really believe that their prosperity that they have, okay, is because Yahweh Shemashai is love this nation, okay, and everything that it does, okay, the homosexuality, the sodomy, the wickedness, the rape, the pillage, the murder, the lying, the deception, okay, it's okay in the sight of the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahshai, or basically who their God, who they call Jesus Christ, okay, and it says, Psalms 49:11, it says, the inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever and the dwelling places to all generation, that they call their lands after their own names. And okay, this is where that generational wealth coming from. You see here, look at these Edomites. Okay, what are they doing? They're worrying about, where their money is going to go, what they're going to get for retirement, because they're actually thinking the fact that, oh, this is just another downturn in the economy. We've gone through the great, depression before in 1929. We've gone through the stock market crashes. We've gone through blah, 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 blah. And they just think this is just another thing. Because why? They're listening to the rhetoric and the lies of their leaders. Okay, the snake in the office. Okay, Joe Biden and all his other minions, okay, and of course we know the men that are actually truly controlling, the scene, okay, on the direction of Yahweh Shem Yahshua on the left side, okay, they're sitting in their caves, okay, fondling some little boy or little girl, okay, and saying good job, these people are asleep. Okay, let's go into the book of Revelations, because obviously they're not listening to us. Okay, some of them may be hearkening to us. Okay, apparently this guy that puts out this on Epic Economist, who puts out this show every day, okay, and he has more views, okay, in 1 hour than the entire Great Millstone and Likewise Brothers combined together for a whole week. Okay, so obviously a lot of people are buying into this, that there is some hope and hope to gain that prosperity life back again. But here's what Revelations chapter 13 verse 16 says, and it says, and he caused it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and born, to receive a mark in their right hand on their forehead, and that no man might buy or sell save he had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Wait a minute. Okay, so that means he's FRN knows no good. That means there's no such thing as generational wealth. Okay, what did that Klaus Schwab said? Okay, you'll have nothing and love it. Okay, and this is their agenda by 2030. This is what they're thinking about. So how is it that you can have generational wealth if you're not going to have anything? And this man is telling you, wait a minute, what we want to do is we want to stick a device into your hand, okay, or in your forehead, and that's the only way that you can buy or sell. Okay, we are going to control how much you can eat, how much you can sleep, what you can drive, what you can wear, and what you can do. Okay, this is what we're going to do, and it doesn't matter what your status is. Okay, from hip hop stars to the multi-billionaires, all the way down to the Jake that's sleeping under the doggone bridge, wondering where his next meal is going to come from. Okay, so these people are blinded, and this is that snare that the Lord is doing to these people like that, and this is going to be the most terrific part about it, because we, okay, as a hopefully like get to see our enemies, okay, they fall apart. This is the book of Isaiah chapter 2, verse 17. It says, and the loftiness of man should be bowed down, and the haughtiness of man should be made low, and the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahshua alone should be exalted in that day, and the idols he shall utterly abolish, and they shall go into the holes of the rock, into the caves of the earth, for fear of the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahshua, for the glory of his majesty, when he ariseth to shake the earth terribly. Now, how is this going to take place? Okay, in the meantime, while you have all of these things going on right now, the economy is collapsing. At the same time, they have the Supreme Courts all over the country is telling everybody, say, look here, you can go back to work. You don't need to get the job anymore. And oh, by the way, you companies, you need to actually go and pay them for the whole year that they've been sitting on their butt, or whatever they was doing else they were doing. You need to compensate them for this, because we've made a grievous mistake. It doesn't matter whether you're a job or not. We can't stop this stuff like that. So see, this place is called Babel for a reason. It's confusion. Okay, everything about it is out of order. Okay, and the reason why these men are going to be going down in the holes, okay, because they know what's coming next. Okay, remember Esau is adept. Okay, at the prophecies also too. Okay, those at the higher level. Okay, but the lower level people are not, including our 2/3 Jakes who choose not to listen to men that was given, okay, that was put out here to go bring out this prophecy. Okay, because why? The Lord loves his nation. Okay, he loved the tribe of Israel, the Asherah. Okay, but he's got to teach the 2/3 a lesson, because they refuse to listen. Okay, so they're going down there in these underground bunkers. Okay, and preparing for what? Let's take a look at what Jeremiah 51, okay, and 11 says. And it says, make bright the arrows, gather the shields. The Lord Yahweh Shem Yahshua had raised up the spirits of the kings of the Medes. Who are the Medes? Okay, these are modern day Russia, okay, and their allies, okay, for his devices against Babylon, America, to destroy it, because it is the vengeance of the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahshua, the vengeance of his temple. So this place is going to be destroyed. So all of this preparation, all this generational wealth, that's not going to matter. They know there's going to be great chaos, because because right now lies are being uncovered over and over and over. The spirit of the Lord is now going out throughout this entire earth, and Esau is now being made bare. So right now, these people right now are going to find out these FRA notes don't mean anything. Okay, your old butt trying to wonder if you can, have money to spend when you're 90 years old, or cases like that. Maybe leave some over for your dogs, because there are people who actually write wills up, okay, and they leave half of their fortune to a dog. Seriously, I've seen this myself. Okay, I know someone who did this. Okay, and they're doing these type of things like that, but now they get this. They don't understand the snare of this doggone microchip that's going to be going in their hands. Okay, and on top of that, okay, while all of this is going on, this chaos, okay, that's going to take place, because not everybody's down with it. Just like how everybody wasn't down with it with the doggone mandate, okay, that they did 2 years ago, and now they're trying to appease those people, because why? They're trying to get those people back in to do what? To accept the MOTB. Okay, this is the goal right now. Okay, we're sorry. Can you come back? We'll pay you. We'll keep you going for a little while like that. And then boom, just like that, they're going to bring the doggone MOTB on this earth. Okay. And that's how these people are going to get snaring like that. Let's go into the book of Jeremiah, because while these doggone cowards are down there in the caves, okay, prepping, okay, trying to save themselves, okay, the nations are now doing what? They're preparing to come up against this place. Okay, they've been lied to. They've been destroyed. Their economies, their food. They got famine in their land. They've got chaos going on that they don't like. Okay, so the allies of Great Babylon America is going to forsake them. Okay, and in the meantime, these other nations are looking at what? The bear. Okay, the Medes. This is book of Jeremiah 51:20, and it says, "Prepare against other nations with the kings of the Medes, the captain thereof, and all the rulers thereof, and all the land of his dominion." So Russia's not going to be alone. So despite what they're putting out in the news about Russian forces being obliterated, whatever cases like that, of course the Lord Yahweh Shemashai is going to give Russia allies. Okay, and so with the way that they do military fighting, okay, these are real men. These are not going to be your little sissies that you see in the United States military right now. Okay, and those of you who serve right now, and if you stayed in the military up until 2020, you'll know that the military right now is full of sissies, man. It's ruled by women. Okay, women who can't even doggone lift their own backpack on their doggone back, or even carry their own weapon, but yet still they're put in charge of entire battalions and brigades. Okay, I'm not going to want to go into that with this lesson, because this is not the platform for it. I'm going to bring another lesson out later on with that. Okay, this is the book of Zephaniah 1, starting verse 14. And it says, "The great day of the Lord Yahweh Shemashai is near. It is near, and hasten greatly, even the voice of the day of the Lord Yahweh Shemashai. The mighty man shall cry there bitterly. The day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress, a day of wasteness and desolation, a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness, a day of the trumpet and alarm against the fenced cities." Okay, so this is a day that's going up against Great Babylon America. There's no escape for the so-called white man. Okay, you're going down and against the high towers, and I will bring distress upon men, that they shall walk like blind men, because they have sinned against the Lord Yahweh Shemashai. So these people right now, they're looking to save their money and create generational wealth, to worry about their 401k and their stock portfolio, and in nowhere in the back of their mind are they understanding that this is not going to matter very soon. You don't get it. This is not going to matter, okay? You're going to go through great tribulations. All you doggone so-called white people, okay? You doggone so-called Asians, and you doggone so-called Middle Eastern, and all you Indians and so-called Africans that are over here that's prospering, you're about to go through some great tribulation. It says, "And I will bring distress upon men, that they shall walk like blind men, because they have sinned against the Lord Yahweh Shemashai, and all their blood should be poured out as dust, and their flesh as dung. Neither their silver nor their gold should be able to deliver them in the day of the Lord's wrath, but the whole land should be devoured by fire of his jealousy, for he shall make even a speedy riddance of all of them that dwell in the land." So this place, okay, is set to do what? To become the lake of fire that's been prophesied. Okay, all these nations are gathering together now to do what? To come against Great Babylon America. In the meantime, you people, you so-called Edomites, okay, because you're very proud people, you sit down there thinking you've got it covered, as long as you have a little stash in the bank, and you can leave it for your grandchildren, okay, and maybe for your dog Pookie, or whatever case like that. And that goes to all the rest of you doggone nations that are here in Great Babylon that is prosper. And you 2/3, okay, for some reason you're still trying to cling on to this life here, thinking that Esau is going to continue to throw crumbs to you. But guess what? Those crumbs are going to cease, okay, and it's going to be a time for judgment on you doggone two-third devils, okay, you scorpions, you vipers, okay, you prophet killers out there that choose not to listen to the warning from Yahweh Shem Yahushai through the mouth of his prophets that go there day and night to bring out this testimony, okay, of repentance, okay, to turn back to your Malach, Yahushai Mashiach, okay. So Lord willing, you edify with this. I thought I would just bring out this lesson because I was just looking at this video from the Epic Economist, and it's just a joke that every day this guy comes up with this crap, okay. And while it has some flavor and fact to it like that, the fact is that these Edomites, okay, because he's an Edomite, they really believe that this is just another phase, okay, and they're going to recover. But that's not the case. And at the end of his videos, he usually try to sell, the 7-year apocalyptic plan book, written by some stupid, dumb, Edomite, whatever the case is like that. So I'd like to close and give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bashim, Yahshua, Bashim, Rakakadash, double on the teachers, elders, and apostles of Great Millstone. Also to you, brothers, that are putting the truth faithfully, fearlessly feeding the sheep, and to brothers and sisters tuning in. Shalom.